Hello everyone, this is Alexander Degilevich speaking, and in this video we're going to talk about how to stop being afraid to talk to anyone. How is it anyway? To stop being afraid to talk to anyone, and what you need to do for that. Sometimes people ask me, Alexander, please tell us about the psychological exercises that will help us. We and our bodies relaxed. Not be afraid, because the most important thing, in their opinion, is to remove the fear in your head. Then stuttering will go away as a consequence. An inevitable process. If we're not afraid, we speak normally. But we know from our experience, the fact that we've been in situations many times where we weren't afraid at all, and yet we stuttered. So like with a friend, or maybe with friends, it's a normal setting. It seemed like nothing was foreboding trouble. You could just relax, hang your legs down, and chat normally about different topics without stressing out. And there about the quality of pronunciation, about possible difficulties, but that's not the case. What conclusion can we draw from this? Stuttering occurs even when we are not afraid, not just because of nervousness, when we are not afraid, not just because of nervousness. But, as a rule, under nervousness, fear, and logophobia, when we really feel that we won't be able to do it, it's generally harder to speak in most cases. They ask me, Alexander, so what techniques are there? Solutions and tasks are needed to psychologically get rid of the thought. What? You think something won't work out for you? What exactly should I do? There. Give me, I think, a task, an exercise, I'll do it so that in life, when talking to anyone, I was doing well. I hadn't thought about how potentially complex that speech task is that I need to say. How much do I need to do there? And can I replace difficult words with easier ones? How much do I need to simplify this? In order not to finish the more complex part for yourself, and so on and so forth. I'll say right away that the most necessary solution for you, for those who want to get rid of logoneurosis, of the fear of speaking, from fear anxiety, for your speech, where there will be speech blocks, the most important weapon and the main thing. This is your previous accumulated experience. Naturally positive experience, because due to negative experiences, we have what we have. We have speech blocks, tension, stress, word substitutions. It's already uncomfortable. We want to get rid of this as soon as possible. So, experience is needed, and it has to be conscious. When we clearly knew that there was stuttering before, or there would have been stuttering, but we did something, we completed some solution, and in response, we got feedback to the right solution. We got normal comfort, normal speech. We expressed a word, a phrase, a sentence properly. Or we communicated normally all day. This is the best weapon against logophobia. So, you don't need to specifically look for weapons against logophobia, although there are affirmations, and you can also relax additionally. You can practice there. A little bit of yoga, but on its own it will never work. The most you can do is to relax yourself for the first attempts at speaking. How long that will last depends on you and the degree of your logophobia, your logoneurosis, and stuttering. So maybe you'll relax for a minute, maybe for 5 minutes, who knows? Usually it's a short-term result when you first relax. For example, with massage, yoga, calm music, it can even be together. At the same time, I went to a psychologist, so you had a session that lasted a few hours, about an hour. Massage. An hour of training where you listen to calm music, hypnosis. An hour of working with the psychologist you have. He convinces you, saying, listen, everything is fine with you. Just relax while speaking. Everything will be okay. This will have a short-term result. You might come out after hypnosis, massage, and seeing a psychologist. In a perfect scenario, you'd have 3 specialists to maximize it. A massage therapist, psychologist, and hypnotherapist. It probably won't last a whole day. So ideally, you'd have 3 specialists if you want to maximize it, right? People who have experience in massage, a psychologist, a hypnotherapist. You might come out, and most likely, it won't even last you for a whole day. But what will it depend on? It depends on how you communicate. If you usually speak normally, nothing changes. Your energetic state affects speech. Because if you used to speak normally somewhere, then most likely nothing will change. Well, plus or minus, your better, more energetic, resourceful state also affects your speech. Well, what if you have to speak in situations where it was difficult for you, like phone calls and so on? You initially enter in a normal state, but then you say a sentence or two, you listen, you react to the other person, and you're no longer focused on your own comfort. Instead, you start thinking about what they're saying, what they will say, how to respond, and how quickly you need to reply. And whether you like it or not, thoughts about stuttering come up again. But what if? Well, most likely this will all end now, because I'm already stuttering. Because I can't afford to speak normally for a long time here. Speech. And as a rule, a person again, as always, gets hit by a wave of stuttering, blocks, tension, and with that, he. As usual, like yesterday, the day before yesterday, like a month ago, a year ago, nothing can be done. Well, either by using his crutches that he already has. I developed a skill, for example, slowing down words and speeding up words somewhere. And he tries to cast a whale, but it's there. You need to tell him about the situation, he will be there, or he will say either at the first place, or well, there. But the situation is like, yeah, or he needs to say there, practice. And he has a ramp up, so it turns out there for practice. It doesn't always come out right, and it sounds, in general, awkward. If you speak abnormally, and you feel it, and those around you feel it too. So, once again, in order to get rid of stuttering in your head, the best weapon for overcoming psychological complexity, psychology, in the head, that's our fears. The most effective weapon is good, positive, conscious experience in overcoming this problem, in physically overcoming this problem. So we use some solutions and techniques that have worked before, following a certain scheme. We build a strategy, changing it from session to session depending on the progress. From some questions that arise, from some problems that are also inevitable, especially at the very beginning. We're discussing all of this, sharing opinions on tactics, moving forward so that there is more and more normal speech in our lives, in our communication. That's the most effective weapon. And to look for some simple advice. Recommendations: calm down, relax, everything is fine. You can do it for a whole day, or for a month straight, for 4 hours a day, or even more, repeating like a mantra that everything is fine. But before speaking, I am calm, I am relaxed, my speech is comfortable and easy, I really enjoy talking, I can speak without stopping. I am no different from a normally speaking person. Just like my speech, I am no different from anyone I meet along the way. Yes, this can be done. It can be done daily. But this alone won't save you from stuttering. Most likely, you will believe in yourself so much. Like, yes, you will have some hope, and then suddenly, in the first, second, or third conversation, at the first difficulties, the myth will be shattered. So there will be hope. She will lose her weight. You will probably be even more upset than you were before when you didn't spend so much energy, time, and personal time on this mantra for the sake of something. That is, when we do something, we don't get any results. Well, as bad as it is, it's sad. So in order for this not to happen, you always need to rely on your previous experience. The conscious experience where you've proven to yourself that you can express yourself in different situations and speak in a detailed way without substituting words. Only in this case will it work, and you will keep getting better and better. Only in this case will it work, and you will keep getting more and more. You will get used to not having fear in your head before communicating with anyone.